Let's have fun, boys.
This is what we do, man.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right, swing away.
And then that, you got what you need?
I don't need anything.
Good evening, baseball fans. Welcome to Lexington High School for tonight's 2024 Inter-City League season home opener for your Lexington Blue Sox. Tonight's matchup pits your 17-time ICL champion Blue Sox against the visiting Middlesex Expos. We will commence tonight's ball game by introducing you to tonight's starting lineups. First, let's meet the starters for the visiting Middlesex Expos. Leading off and playing shortstop, number 2, Ryan Patron. Batting second, the left fielder, number 8, Ryan Cloutier. Batting third, the first baseman, number 50, Sean Moynihan. Batting cleanup, the right fielder, number 22, John Batista. The extra hitter, batting fifth, wearing number 44, Eduardo Soto. In center field, batting sixth, number 9, Austin Broom. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 42, Josh Vaughn. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 3, Jose Paulino.
I'm going to turn up the wireless mic a little bit all the way.
Batting ninth, the second baseman, number 11, Michael Oliveira. Catching and batting 10th, number 0, A.J. Braid. And starting on the mound for the Expos, number 30, Dan Shaw. The Middlesex Expos are led by manager Brandon Anderson. And now let's meet tonight's starting lineup for your Lexington Blue Sox. Leading off and playing short, number 6, Jonathan Luders. Batting second, the third baseman, number 2, Anderson Jimenez. Batting third, the right fielder, number 25, Julian Alvarez. Batting cleanup and catching, number 10, Justin Gomez. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 13, O'Neal Jimenez. Batting sixth and playing center field, number 33, Nick Anderson. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 34, A.J. Lisco. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 21, Jose Feliciano. The extra hitter, batting ninth, wearing number 7, Max Dushny. And at second base, batting 10th, number 4, Dylan Walsh. Your starting pitcher tonight for the Blue Sox, number 40, Chris Wannett. And leading the Blue Sox today, manager Rick DeAngelis. Fans, we remind you to enjoy this game at your own risk and stay constantly aware of batted balls and any other objects that may be put out of play. We ask that all fans stick to foundations of sportsmanship when cheering on their team. We default to the umpiring crew on any and all ejection decisions, and their decision is final. Without further ado, umpire, floor is yours, gentlemen. Let's play ball.
The dulcet tones of Chris Del Sordo as we bring back public address announcing here at center field, and now to the not-so-dulcet tones of yours truly, Sam Feely here for another season of Lexington Blue Sox baseball here on the Blue Sox Baseball Network. The Lexington Blue Sox coming off one of their, to put it bluntly, worst seasons in franchise history as they managed to scrape out a 13-12, one game over 500 record last year, and were swept in the semifinals by the Andre Chiefs, making it the first time since 2006 that the Lexington Blue Sox failed to reach the ICL Championship Series. Will things be any different here in 2024? We're about to find out as Chris Wannett takes the mound for your Blue Sox in this season opener against the Middlesex Expos. The Sabretooth Expos last year, temporary merger with the Stoneham Sabres, but they are now separate franchise again, the Stoneham Sabres in the Intercity League. And I say that because there's an exciting new development here in the Intercity League this year, and as the Yawkey League and the Park League. Interleague play in regular season for the first time ever, and we'll tell you more about that as the season progresses. The Sabretooth Expos losing in 5 games to the Andre Chiefs in the ICL Championship Series last year, and we'll see how, if the Expos can make it 2 in a row to start the season after squeaking by the Malden Mad Dogs in the season opener yesterday 6-5. Chris Wannett fires his last warm-up pitch. It'll be Justin Gomez firing the ball to second, and we are ready for some baseball. And it will be Ryan Patrone to lead things off for the Middlesex Expos.
Leading off for the Expos, the shortstop, number 2, Ryan Patrone.
So Patrone at short, Cloutier in left, and Moynihan at first to lead off the top of the first. First pitch from Wannett at 8:03. Grounded to short, fielded there, firing on to first. 1 pitch, 1 out. Great start to the season, I'm sure, as far as the reigning rookie pitcher of the year in the ICL is concerned, Chris Wannett. Here's Cloutier, a dual threat, pitching and hitting for the Expos, but he's the starter in left today for Middlesex and the Powder Blues, and the Blue Sox in the navy blue. Grounder to second, 2 pitches, 2 outs. What a start here, the first 2 batters, but it doesn't get any easier now as we enter the heart of the Expos lineup, and they were one of the best offensive teams, arguably the best offensive team in the Intercity League, maybe in all of the entire Boston amateur baseball circuit last year. Here's Sean Moynihan, the first baseman. On deck, by the way, your friend and mine, John Batista, who's going to start right tonight for the Expos. That's high for ball 1. Probably a good idea to take a pitch, even if it was right down the pipe. Don't want to allow the Blue Sox to get off to a 3-pitch, 1-2-3 inning to start the season. There is a swing and a miss, and the count will be 1-1. So Wannett getting the start. I mentioned Justin Gomez behind the plate. That was Dylan Walsh fielding the ground ball at second for the second out. The first out, John Luders was fielding that first out of the ball game. It is 2-1 now, and this will be tagged into the left center field. A little bit of a stumble. If he was able to keep his footing, he might have been able to come up with a catch, but Nick Anderson could not, and it'll be a 2-out double for Sean Moynihan. So a runner in scoring position after 2 very quick outs for the Expos. And here is John Batista. Well, John Batista, give us what Expos fans want here. I'm never gonna, not remind folks of that call I made of his home run in the ICL Championship Series last year. Here's Batista, right fielder, righty on righty matchup. Wannett with the arm dangling, comes set, and here's the pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Oh, and 1 the count. Swing and a miss and a pitch down and away, and it is 0-2. Batista settling in, leaning back with the 0-2. He's awaiting from Wannett. Able to hold up there, down and away, 1-2. Wannett last year for the Blue Sox was 1-0 in 26 and third innings, 8 appearances, 2.13 ERA and 21 strikeouts in those 26 and a third innings. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the side is retired. Nothing comes out of the 2-out double after half an inning. Expos nothing, Blue Sox coming up.
Top of the order due up for the Blue Sox. It will be Luters, Jimenez, and Alvarez when we come back in the bottom of the first inning.
It's a great little thing to do.
I will say I like the vibe. Everybody that's here, you know.
So as we go to the bottom of the first, Dan Shaw will get the start on the mound for the Expos. Here is the Blue Sox lineup he will face. Jonathan Luters will lead it off at short, followed by Anderson Jimenez at third. Julian Alvarez is in right. Justin Gomez behind the plate. O'Neal Jimenez, younger brother of Anderson, is the DH. Nick Anderson is in center. A.J. Lisco in left. Josue Feliciano at first. Max Dushny is the extra hitter. And Dylan Walsh rounds out the lineup at second base. You got a couple of veterans in Alvarez and Feliciano. Walsh returning, a slick fielding infielder, but a lot of new names this one. Obviously Anderson returning as well, but a lot of new names, and you know, maybe the frequency of new players to the Blue Sox last year, you know, not maybe the lack of familiarity that all the players had with each other might have contributed to their struggles. But hey, you know, when you've won 16 ICL championships plus the Frady Zahern Cup in 2020, you know, you've got a target on your back from the, you know, all season, and you eventually the other teams in the league have to catch up. And last couple of years, it was the Expos and then the Chiefs who did just that, winning the last 2 ICL championships. And it actually marked the first time since 1999 to 2001, the Lexington Blue Sox did not win. Went multiple years without a championship, multiple consecutive years without a championship. A towering fly ball to right off the bat of Luters. Nice piece there, but Batista able to haul it in for out number 1. Wrong part of the scorebook I changed there. That'll be outside for ball 1 to Anderson Jimenez, the third baseman. That is on the outside corner for a strike to Anderson. Anderson last year, 333 average, 436 OBP, no extra base hits, 4 ribbies. 1-1 the count, and a swing and a miss by Anderson. And the count will be 1-2. Alvarez on deck, and if anybody gets on, another newcomer for the Blue Sox, Justin Gomez. Shaw comes set. There it is. And the pitch. In the dirt for ball 2. Shaw did not pitch in the Intercity League in 2022. As a swing and a miss by Anderson. We'll retire him for out number 2. And here is Julian Alvarez. 2023 only pitched in 1 game for the Intercity League's Sabretooth Expos, but for the Merrimack Valley Expos in the CABL, he I was looking at his batting stats. Dan is another two-way threat. My mistake, folks. But, yeah, a couple of two-way threats on this Expo stat. But here is the veteran power hitter, Julian Alvarez, who takes strike one on the outside corner. Jules is in his 9th season with the Blue Sox. And he takes upstairs for ball one. Dating back to 2007 in the Park League with the Carlson Club, his cumulative Boston Amateur Baseball career, he's posted a career OPS of 1071 with 40 homers. 2-1 the count to Jules. Last year for the Blue Sox, Jules with 5 homers, 18 RBIs, and a 1218 OPS. Fouls that one off. That'll even the count at 2. Five home runs he had last year were an ICL career high for Jules. He pops this one foul to left and onto Worthing Road. We have an official broadcast. First one of 2024, folks. Jules also hit 5 home runs in 2008 with Carlson. His career high was in 2014 with the South End Astros of the Yawkey League with 6. Inside corner, strike 3 called, and the side is retired. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Shaw, and we are scoreless after 1.
No hits, no errors, and no Blue Sox runners left on base. 5, 6, and 7.
All right, as we go to the top of the second, no score between the Expos and the Blue Sox.
Now batting for the Expos, the extra hitter, number 44, Eduardo Soto.
Here's Soto, the extra hitter. See if he's got the power that Juan Soto has been exhibiting over at Yankee Stadium this year as that bounces to the plate and then to the backstop for ball 1. Soto in last night's win over Malden was 2 for 4 with a double, a home run, and 3 ribbies. 1-1 is the count to the Expos extra hitter. It'll be Soto, Austin Brune, and I think I got the, yep. I see what I did wrong. Bone due up in the top of the second here. That'll be into the gap for a base hit. Only a single. Better than what the Mad Dogs held him to last night. But hey, 3 for 5 to start the season for Eduardo. Second hit of the ball game for the Expos. First time either side has gotten the leadoff man aboard. And that'll be in there for strike 1 to the center fielder, Austin Brune. Last night, Bruin was 1 for 2 with a walk and 2 runs scored. He hits this one into left field towards the corner, and it is caught on the run by A.J. Lisco for out number 1. Long way to go there for Lisco. He's way off the line at the start of that at-bat, but able to track it down. Here's Josh Bond, the third baseman. 1 out and a runner on first. Looking to bunt his way on, but it is a strike. 0-1. Bond did not play last year. In fact, this is his Expos debut. Or City League debut at the very least. That is a strike. 0-2. Fouled off. Count will remain 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A little fastball by him there. Second strikeout for Wannett. 2 down now for the designated hitter, Jose Paulino.
Number 3, Jose Paulino.
Jose was 1 for 2 with a double and 3 ribbies and a walk last night against Malden. Jose played not just for the Sabertooth Expos last year, but also for the Merrimack Valley Expos of the CABL. But he just hits a routine fly ball to center there. And after the leadoff single by Soto. Oh. Is it dead already? There it is.
For the Expos in the top of the second inning, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 run left on base.
So nothing comes a leadoff single for Soto, and we are through a buck and a half scoreless.
Gomez, Jimenez, and Anderson do.
We go to the bottom of the second. Justin Gomez about to take his first cuts of the season in a Blue Sox uniform. Takes outside for ball 1. Breaking ball misses high, 2-0. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left for the Expos. Zeros across so far for the Blue Sox. It'll be Gomez, Jimenez, and Anderson due up here in the bottom of the second. 2-1 now as Shaw gets back into the strike zone after 2 Ks. part of his 1-2-3, bottom of the first. Shaw delivers a swing and a fly ball into left center field, back towards the wall, and just a couple of feet in front of the warning track. It's hauled in by the left fielder Cloutier for out number 1. Good ride there in his first Blue Sox at bat, but Gomez flies out F7 for out number 1.
The designated hitter, number 13, O'Neal Jimenez.
Here's Jimenez, O'Neal Jimenez, that is, younger brother of Anderson. Had to make sure of that. Asked Anderson, and I mean, I've been thrown curveballs in that regard too, with two kids from the look similar who play for the same school, have the same surname. Turns out they were cousins as opposed to siblings, but 0-2 to O'Neal Jimenez, getting the start at DH tonight. Here's the pitch. Outside, and the count will be 1-2. In the dirt for ball 2, and the count will even 2. Fouled off, and it'll remain 2-2. Good battle here being put on by O'Neal. Nick Anderson due up next. He had 12 fingers and toes. Little roller to short, one hop, but a great pick at first base for out number 2. Sometimes there's nothing you can do about it. Fine pickup by Patron, firing it on to Moynihan with the scoop for out number 2.
Number 33, Nick Anderson.
Well, here is Nick Anderson. Tough break there in center field in the top of the first. A little bit of a stumble there. He had a good beat on it, but in the end, the Blue Sox did not get burned for that 2-out double by the Expos, and he's now ahead in the count 1-0. Let's see if he can make some noise of his own with the bat. Big swing and a miss, but it is a strike. 1-1. Anybody gets on, A.J. Lisco will bat next. Fouled off, the count will be 1-2. Obviously, you never want to make it easy on the opposing pitcher, and 2 strikeouts in the bottom of the first for the Blue Sox. Can Shaw pick one up to end this half inning? It's a little roller up the middle, no chance for the second baseman Oliveira, and Nick Anderson has the first hit of 2024 for the Lexington Blue Sox.
The left fielder, number 34, A.J. Lisco.
So here's A.J. Lisco. And the Blue Sox getting some 2-out magic to keep the inning alive. And if this is your first time watching a Blue Sox broadcast, I hope you understand that historically the Blue Sox have the Expos right where they want them. One of their trademarks of the Blue Sox offense is starting rallies with 2 out and nobody on. Doesn't happen every time, obviously, and it probably doesn't happen more often than it does, but when you see it happen enough, especially at LHS, throw back to first. Do we have pickoff limitations yet in the ICL? I mean, there's a ball, 2-0. We actually did have the no-pitch intentional walk years before MLB did. Then again, kind of hard to have a pitch clock when you don't have, a visible clock. The way to set up a visible clock right now. Yeah, true. Tap the wrist for a ball or a strike, whatever. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Oh, well, I guess there's your answer. 2-1 the count. Anderson drawing some attention there over at first from Dan Shaw. He's going to run. It is fouled off. Folks at home, how many fingers am I holding up? We're good. 2-2 the count. No, Katrina, I wasn't able to get bug spray. I have just been run ragged, but today, as I always am. But little looper caught at short. And that'll do it for the bottom of the second. No runs, one hit, no errors, and one left. And we're through two complete. Still no score.
9, 10, and 1 due up for the Expos at the top of the third. Michael Oliveira, AJ Braid, and Ryan Patron.
Nope.
There we go. Leading off the top of the third inning for the Expos, the second baseman, number 11, Michael Oliveira.
Michael Oliveira to lead things off here in the top of the third for the Expos. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it over to the right. Sway will give it a look, and it'll go out of play for strike one. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left for the Expos. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left for the Blue Sox in the season opener for 2024. Did he go? No, he did not. And it is 1-1. But as I was saying, Katrina, unfortunately wasn't able to get bug spray, but please tell Caitlin and Brandon I'm thinking of Flynn, and they have the support of the whole Blue Sox community. One and two the count. Oof. Tough one to take, but he did, and it is 2-2. Grounder to the left side. Jimenez has it on to first. 1 up, 1 down. A little bit of a Texas two-step there by Sway to make sure he stayed with it. But Oliveira is retired.
The catcher, number 0, A.J. Braid.
Here's A.J. Braid, the catcher. Did not play last night. And he takes a ball there. 1-0. Fly ball into center field. And left center, it's going to be hauled in by Lisco for out number 2.
Now batting for the Expos, the shortstop, number 2, Ryan Patron.
Chris, if you've got an XLR mic, bring it to the next one. Yeah. We'll keep that as backup at the very least. 1-0 the count to Patron. 2-0 to the Expos leadoff man who grounded out to short on the very first pitch of the ball game. That 2 one-pitch outs to begin the ball game before Moynihan's double. Another towering fly ball into left center field, and he got it? Just a delayed reaction from everybody around the field, but he did manage to track it down. So, I mean, I do have binoculars with me, but, you know, the line of sight rules apply in here as well. 2.5 of the books, no score.
Leading off the bottom of the third inning for the Blue Sox, the first baseman, number 21, Jose Feliciano.
Sway to lead things off here in the bottom of the third. And Katrina, my wife, with such a sentimental comment in the chat. A sunset at Lexington High. Welcome to summer. Kay, love you, dear. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Able to take a ball there, 2-1. Swings and pops this one up foul over the left field bleachers and out of play, 2-2. Sway was 4 for 11 in 5 games last year. That's in the dirt for ball 3. He's a career .383 hitter. Dating back to 2000 with the Dodgers of the MABL. Smokes this one into left field, and that'll be caught for out number 1. I'll tell you this, the ball does seem to be carrying for quite a bit for balls that don't at least sound very hard hit. I'll come to you eventually. But 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the third. And here is Max Dushny, the extra hitter. 0-1 the count to Max. Just taken upstairs for ball 1, 1-1. Dushny is a product of St. Mark's. Former Blue Sox Mikey Abraham, very familiar with St. Mark's and the rest of the Knepsack prospects, as that's fouled off, as Mikey is the head coach at Worcester Academy. Max is a native of Ashland, Mass. Defensively, he plays catcher and third base for the Lions, and he takes strike 3 called. 2 up, 2 down, and that is strikeout number 3, the second backwards K for Dan Shaw. So it'll be up to Dylan Walsh to keep the line moving. Yeah, it hit him. Wow. Spike to the plate, but also apparently got a piece of Dylan on the way in. So Dylan will head to first. And for the second consecutive inning, a 2-out base runner for the Blue Sox. Now, can they convert and make Shaw pay for the quote-unquote transgression? Lineup turns over for Jonathan Luters. Fly out to right his first time up. Good sound off the bat. Again, good sound, but didn't sound like he was getting absolutely crushed, but carried quite a bit. See if that theme continues throughout the night and see if eventually those one of these balls that are gonna find the gaps. That's in the dirt. No advance by Walsh, and the count will be 1-1. Walsh last year for the Blue Sox, as that's grounded to the right side and through for a base hit. So Luter's going the opposite way in each of his first 2 plate appearances. The fly out to right the first time up, and now the 2-out single. So first and second for Jimenez.
Now batting for the Blue Sox, the third baseman, number 2, Anderson Jimenez.
I'm going to say about Walsh, he's a great fielder. You know, he was only 3 for 25 on the season last year, but he also drew 4 walks and was hit by 2 pitches and scored 6 runs. So here's Anderson coming up empty for strike 1. 0-1. A swing and a miss. Well, Walsh digging into his bag here when he needs to. First and second, 2 out. The first 2 were dispatched pretty easily. What does he have to try and put away Anderson? Or can Anderson bring home the first run of the ball game? Strike 3 called. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Anderson Jimenez, side retired. Anderson goes down on strikes for the second time. 4 Ks now for Shaw. We're through 3. No score.
For the Blue Sox in the bottom of the third inning, no runs on 1 hit, no.
Don't forget to vote in our Who You Got poll. We'll close the poll actually after this half inning. Let us know who you think is going to come away with the win, the Expos or the Blue Sox. Right now, 7 out of 7. Say it's going to be the Blue Sox. I'm sure Katrina's one of them, but see if we got the Expos fans in the chat. They'll love that base hit down the line to lead off the top of the fourth by Ryan Cloutier. Diving attempt by Jimenez to try and keep it in the infield. I don't think he would have gotten him out anyway, so a leadoff single for Cloutier. That is the Expos' third hit and just the 5th total in the ball game so far. It's the second time that the Expos have gotten the leadoff man aboard. Only gone down 1, 2, 3 in one inning, and that was the top of the third. So here is Moynihan, double his first time up. Throw over to first. They did not get him. Sway able to keep the ball around the first base bag there. The outpatients are out in force tonight, I see, Dad. Old man is in the house, too. 0-1 the count. Katrina, say hi to Dad. Towering pop-up on the infield around second base. 1 out.
Now batting for the Expos, the right fielder, number 22, John Batista.
Here's Batista, struck out swinging his first time up. And ended the top of the first after Moynihan doubled with 2 outs. Inside and high for ball 1. Batista gets a hold of one and will carry a long, long way. He's got that kind of power. Chris, if we could control the outcome with what we say back here, they're not paying us nearly enough. You know that. You know that.
It's my first mention of a broadcaster jinx in a baseball game. You get 20 more this season. We're not.
Yeah, I mean, put the Dodgers Marlins game on no hit alert before the first pitch, and then Jazz Chisholm. God. Here, why don't you add that? Here, why don't you add that to the MLB The Show commentary along with his grandmother's entire biography? 1-2 the count. To Batista. Popped up behind first. Who's going to get it, if anyone? It's going to be the second baseman in that Bermuda the second baseman going in that Bermuda Triangle over there. Walsh for out number 2.
The extra hitter, number 44, Eduardo Soto.
So here's Eduardo Soto to try and keep the line moving. He had a single his first time up. Swings and hits this one into right center field. On his horse is Alvarez, and he's got it for the out. That retires the side. So once again, a base hit, but no further damage for the Expos, and we are still scoreless halfway home.
Julian Alvarez.
So Julian Alvarez will lead things off here in the bottom of the fourth, halfway home, no score, just 5 hits combined between the two teams and no walks issued by either pitcher. Shaw drops a curveball in there for strike one to Jules. Julian was called out on strikes to end the bottom of the first, a 1-2-3 inning for Shaw and the Expos. That's on the outside corner for strike two. 0-2. It's only 1-2-3 inning to this point for Shaw. Had the allowed the base hit with 2 outs in the second, then the hit by pitch and the base hit with 2 outs in the third, but nothing across. For the Blue Sox, a swing and a miss at a high fastball. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Julian Alvarez. 1 up, 1 down. Strikeout number 5 now for Shaw, and he's gotten Anderson Jimenez, that is, and Julian Alvarez on strikes twice, once each swinging and looking now. Here is Justin Gomez, the catcher, and the curveball misses outside for ball 1. Gomez flew out to left his first time up in the bottom of the second, leading off that half inning. He is 0 for 1. Fouls that one off. The count evens at 1. Peeking around to see if there's any action warmer right now for the Expos or the Blue Sox. Nothing right now for the Blue Sox. A swing and a miss. Absolute brick there, just dropping on Gomez. And it is 1-2. 2-2, trying to get him the same kind of pitch, but that went down and in. Starts a little further inside, easier to lay off. He didn't get plunked on the toes like Walsh did. 2-2. Oh, nice attempt at a frame there by A.J. Braid, but to no avail. It is a full count. Fouled off, we'll do it again. I often wonder how many baseballs that have gotten fouled off over towards Hayden Woods over the years have, just gone there to decompose, never been used again. Oh, isn't that a pretty picture there, folks, on your camera, on your screen? Great color contrast. Ground to the right side. Oh, beautiful pick at first. For a lot of guys, that is a bloodbath of a hop and could end up in right field. For Moynihan, just another day at the office, 2 down.
The designated hitter, number 13, O'Neal Jimenez.
Here's Jimenez. O'Neal Jimenez, that is. Grounded out to short his first time up. Shaw hoping to put together his first 1-2-3 inning since the first. Down and away for ball 1. Well, the curveball down and away to right. He's down and in to left. He's been pretty easy for the Blue Sox to lay off to this point, but and go back to number 1 and get a swing and a miss. 1-1. That's in the dirt. 2-1. Lined and caught by Moynihan for the third out. 1, 2, 3 go the Blue Sox in the bottom of the fourth. We're not yet an hour through this one. It's scoreless.
And for the Blue Sox, in the bottom of the fourth inning, no runs on no hits, no Two changes to announce in the field. Charlie Walsh into the game playing second for the Blue Sox. Hyper Peralta in at third for the Expos.
We go to the top of the fifth, and Austin Bruin to lead things off for the Expos, and he takes strike one. Takes strike one. Yeah, I know, right?
This is the center fielder, number 9, Austin Bruin.
So 1-1 the count to Bruin, who flew out to left his first time up. Grounds this one to the left side and foul for strike 2. One defensive change to report for the Blue Sox. Charlie Walsh has taken over at second base for Dylan Walsh, and he takes his spot in the lineup as well. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Won it with a strikeout to begin the top of the fifth. Just his second strikeout. One up, one down. Kepler Peralta will come to bat for Josh Bond. Bond went 0 for 1 with a strikeout, and Peralta takes strike 1 here, 0-1. A swing and a miss, strike 2, 0-2. That bounces to the plate and bounces all the way over to the Expos dugout, and it will be 1-2. Peralta only played in 6 games last year, but he is called out on strikes for back-to-back Ks to begin the top of the fifth.
The designated hitter, number 3, Jose Paulino.
421 with a 1099 OPS in just 6 games last year for Kepler in 2022. 733 OPS. Interestingly, though, Peralta played in 16 games in 2022 and stole just 3 bases. He stole 5 bases in 6 games last year. 1-1 the count to Paulino, who is 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. Fouled into the screen. The count will be 1-2. So, having a new player in that spot in the lineup for Bond, played third. Peralta is also going to go in defensively at third, is what we were told in the bottom half of this inning. But just another strikeout, and I misspoke. If I said it was only the second strikeout for Bruin, that was actually the third, and now it's the 4th K. Peralta just now for 1. It down and away, 2-2. So doubling his strikeout output for the game at this point with the first 2 batters of this here top of the fifth. 2-2 the count to Paulino with Oliveira due up next. Fouled off. Now with the efficiency we've seen from both pitchers, a long at bat seems like a win at this point for either offense. Try to turn into a war of attrition. I don't know. Popped up, foul, and once again out of play. Basically all towards the same spot. Gotta love Gomez reaching up, saying, "Hey, is it gonna come back down?" Nope, it did not. Count will still be 2-2. Long at bat again being put on here by Paulino. Try and prolong things. Try to wear down Wanted a little bit. Wanted has allowed just 3 hits, no walks, and struck out 4. Shaw has allowed 2 hits. That's hit deep into right field. Alvarez on the run, and he's got it for the out that retires the side. 1, 2, 3 go. The Expos in the top of the fifth, still scoreless.
For the Expos in the top of the 5th inning, no runs on no hits, no errors, and no runners left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning, still scoreless here at Lexington High. Blue Sox, center fielder, number 33, Nick Anderson.
Nick Anderson will lead things off here in the bottom of the fifth, and he takes ball one. Oh, he did? Oh, wow. Oof. All right, disregard. Glad you guys helped me out. Oh, fly ball down the left field line. Slicing into foul territory. I don't know if that would have been in play anyway, but anyways. 0-2. Yeah, the out of play line is essentially like basically parallel with that light tower closer to the third base bleachers. Yeah, be easier if we could at the very least mark it with some spray paint. But good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Nick Anderson.
The left fielder, number 34, A.J. Lisco.
So, Shaw back on the mound for the bottom of the fifth, picks up his sixth strikeout. Here's Lisco, who lined out to short to end the second. His first time up. Waiting that one out, but good spot there for strike one. Didn't hang long enough for him to want to swing at it, and then got the bad news. Again, it's Kelvin Peralta now at third base for the Expos. That misses high for ball one, 1-1. No runs, 3 hits, no errors, 3 left. For the Expos, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 3 left. For the Blue Sox, 1-2 the count. Popped up around shortstop and caught for out number 2 by Patron.
The first baseman, number 21, Jose Feliciano.
Here's Sway. Fly out to left his first time up. Blue Sox haven't had a hit since 2 out in the third. I'll be fouled off for strike one. Expos haven't had a hit since Cloutier leading off the top of the fourth. In the top of the sixth, the Expos will have Oliveira, Braid, and Patron due up. One bends Sway back a little bit, and it is 1-1. Curveball and line to third for the out that retires the side. We're just breezing through this one, folks. We're through 5. Still no score.
And that takes us to the top of the 6th inning for the Blue Sox in the 5th. No runs on no hits, no errors, and no runners left on base.
As we go to the top of the sixth, we got a new noodle out there for the Lexington Blue Sox. The Ryan O'Rourke, the veteran lefty, former New York Met and Minnesota Twin, and now his fourth season with the Lexington Blue Sox. Last year, pitched in 8 games, no wins or losses, 2 saves, and a .289 ERA in 13 innings. Upstairs for ball 1 to the Expos' second baseman, Edward Oliveira. It is now 2-0 to Oliveira, who grounded out to third his first time up back in the third. That's on the inside corner for strike 1. 2-1. O'Rourke in 2021 on the mound was 8-0 with a .420 ERA and a .7 whip in 50 innings, 94 strikeouts, swing and a miss, 2-2. And then at the plate, he had a .948 OPS in 28 at-bats. 2-2, here it is. Strike 3 called. O'Rourke picks up his first strikeout of 2024. This closes the book on Chris Wannett. Goes 5 innings, allows just 3 hits, no walks, and strikes out 4. We'll get a no decision, of course, this still being a scoreless ball game. We'll see if O'Rourke can keep a goose egg up there for the Expos. That's on the outside corner for strike 1. To the catcher, A.J. Braid, who was 0 for 1 with a fly out to left. We start this game at 8:03. It's now 9:08 p.m. 1-1. So, yeah, fast-moving game for sure. Matty Karras is probably watching this game at home and saying, amateur hour. Two and one. Yeah, sometimes that controller can be a little finicky. Karras, in his heyday for the Blue Sox, of course, basically a Mark Burley equivalent speed runner. A lot of pitch to contact. Didn't have the most overpowering stuff, but did have good chunk of strikeouts and. Had a complete game in the postseason for us, I think in 2012, in under an hour. Oh, boy. Nothing you can do about that. Strike 3 called. I bring it up all the time because it's worth bringing up. I'll have to go back, figure it out. It's somewhere in one of my external hard drives at home. Yep. Strike 1 to Ryan Patrone. It's not your fault, man. It's my fault.
This is the shortstop, number 2, Ryan Patrone.
Patrone is behind 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. In the bottom of the 6th, Dushny, Charlie Walsh, and Looters due up for the Blue Sox. They don't think it be like it is, but it do, right? Roses are red, violets are blue. They don't think it be like it is, but it do.
Or it don't always be like that, but sometimes it do. Poetry hour on the broadcast.
That was from former New York Yankee Oscar Gamble, one of baseball's immortal lines. It actually been kind of lost to time until it was unearthed on Tumblr, of all places. Off the end of the bat, fly ball to center field. 1, 2, 3, go the Expos. In the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still, no score.
hitter number 7, Max Dushney.
Dushney will lead things off here in the bottom of the 6th, the Bates commit. Class of 2024 at St. Mark's. 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking. Shaw still out there going into the bottom of the 6th for the Expos and gets strike 1 in there. 0 and 1. And Dushney, Charlie Walsh, and Looters due up here in the bottom of the 6th, but Dushney behind now, 0 and 2. Ground to the right side, nice diving stop at second on to first, in time. Oliveira denying Dushney of a potential leadoff single here in the bottom of the 6th. So 1 up, 1 down for Charlie Walsh, who swings and misses for strike 1. And no one warming right now for the Expos behind Dan Shaw. Taken for a ball. 1 and 1. Little number off the end of the bat in front of the mound. Shaw fires to first in time. A little bit of an extra hop there as Shaw went to field it, but didn't throw him off enough. And the lineup turns over for Jonathan Looters in his Blue Sox debut so far. 1 for 2 with a fly out to right and a single. And that misses upstairs for ball 1. In the top of the 7th, the Expos will have Cloutier, Moynihan, and Batista due up. 2-0. Close one, but did look to be a little bit off the plate from back here. Hitters count. Way Shaw's been cruising. Do you have the green light here? Laid off, and it's 3-0. Anderson Jimenez on deck. Taken. Strike 1. 3 and 1. And now Looters will go to work. Inside corner, strike 2. Shaw going to come all the way back to finish off the Blue Sox 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the 6th. Or be base hit, ball 4, keep the inning alive. Let's find out. Oh, boy. Could have gone either way. But it is a 2-out walk.
Now batting for the Blue Sox, the third baseman, number 2, Anderson Jimenez.
All right, well, reasonable debut for Looters, I would say. 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Anderson looking a bunt, trying to find the ball. Was Braid, but was able to corral it before Looters could get to second. Freeze him at first. 1-0 the count to Anderson, who's looking to avoid the hat trick here. 0 for 2 with a swinging strikeout and a called third strike. All of the Blue Sox base runners tonight have come with 2 outs. Anderson single back in the second. Dylan Walsh is hit by pitch, and Luter's single in the third. And now Luter's walk here in the 6th. Fouled straight back, and it's 1-1. Prior to that walk, Shaw had retired 9 in a row, with nothing leaving the infield. Ooh. 2-1. It's another close one, but the Blue Sox getting the call there. That one, no debate, 3-1. The veteran power hitter, Julian Alvarez, due up next. And now, with a second consecutive 3-ball count, the Expos once again getting someone into the bullpen. Ball 4. And again, only just now did the Expos get someone warming. Not sure. This is going to have to do what you can to try and buy some time for him to get loose. Is that 59 or 99 over there? But anyways, here's Jules. Moving on. Oh, Jules trying to send one to Burlington with that swing, but instead comes up empty. And it is 0-1. Well, they're your first 2 walks of the ball game by either side, coming with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th of a scoreless ball game. Oh, boy, Julian. Quickly behind, 0-2 is Jules. And now he's going to be granted time. That's in the dirt, and it gets away. And both runners will advance on the wild pitch. Luters to third, Jimenez to second. Fouled off. Is that not still Gomez? Now, umpire would have to confirm with us, but anyways. Fouled off again. Wild pitch, putting the go-ahead run 90 feet away. Jules still behind, though, 1-2. Popped up. Out of play. Juan Subervy was the one warming in the Expos bullpen. I think he's ready to go in case. But after 3 straight foul-offs, Jules grouses one to the right side, knocked down, and tagging the bag himself is the first baseman, Moynihan, for the out. That retires the side. A sigh of relief for Expos fans. Another missed opportunity, though, for the Blue Sox to cash in with 2 outs. We go to the top of the 7th, still scoreless.
Expos, the left fielder, number 8, Ryan Cloutier.
New pitcher on the mound for the Blue Sox. It'll be Yemer Pineda making his club debut, and it'll be thrown to a new catcher as well. Austin Travis is behind the plate for the Blue Sox. First pitch is fouled off for strike one to Ryan Cloutier, who is 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. Fouls that one off, 0-2. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Ryan Cloutier for out number 1 of the 7th.
Now batting the first baseman, number 50, Sean Moynihan.
Cloutier had the last base hit for the Expos all the way back in the 4th with 1 out. Blue Sox pitchers have combined to retire 10 in a row since. Here's the man who has the only extra base hit of the ball game, Moynihan. It came with 2 outs in the top of the first. Ball 1. Pineda let that one go a little bit too soon. And now it's 2-0. Don't want to overcompensate or anything. Pitcher warming up for the Expos, actually Hamlet Peralta. Our mistake, but see if he comes in. Fly ball into left, a little bit of a shuffle out there, and caught for out number 2 by Lisco. So 2 up, 2 down. And here is John Batista. So Batista 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop-up to second. See if he can get a hold of one, deliver a clutch Batista bomb for the Expos. Swinging at the first pitch, foul and out of play. Strike 1. In the bottom of the 7th, the Blue Sox will have Travis, O'Neill Jimenez, and Anderson due up. Now remember, I'll hold my thought on that. 0-1 the count to Batista. High for ball 1. Expos came away with a 6-5 win over the Malden Mad Dogs last night. There it is for strike 2. Looked to be a pretty clear-cut strike there, but a delayed call. Now we're used to tonight, but 1-2 the count. Well, I don't know. We already saw a bit of a divot in center field earlier this game. We already got divots on the mound. 3-2 now. With Eduardo Soto due up next. Oof. Well, Batista able to draw the walk. First walk issued by Blue Sox pitching tonight. Keep the inning alive.
Number 44, Eduardo Soto.
And here is Eduardo Soto. 1 for 2. They single in the second and a fly out to left in the fourth. And we've got a pinch runner over at first base.
We have a pinch runner entering the game for the Middlesex Expos. Pinch running for the Expos, number 24, George Chaya.
So George Chaya, the speedster for the Expos, will pinch run for Batista. Getting his lead at first. And he goes to the first pitch. Pitches outside. Throw down to second. Not in time. Not wasting any time. George Chaya. And time is called. Josue Feliciano is coming in from first base to talk to Pineda, but Rick DeAngelis also coming out. So wonder what this is all about. Is he? Well, I mean, it feels like Rick is, making some kind of comment. Well, he was like kind of like trying to say something about where how he was following through, or and maybe any issues with. And well, they're gonna put Soto on. Remember what we were saying about the Interstate League having the pitchless intentional walk long before MLB did, but here's Austin Brune. And
the center fielder, number 9, Austin Brune.
And anyone who's shocked that Chai was going with the first pitch, dude was 15 of 17 in stolen base attempts last year, so not shocking at all that he pulled that one off. So Soto gets the intentional walk, and here is Brune with the go-ahead run in scoring position. Swings at the first one, fouls it off, and no chance for Sway to make a play. It is strike one. So they walk Batista on a close one, a borderline pitch. Chaya pinch runs, immediately steals second. Then they put Soto on intentionally. And here's Brune behind the count, 0-1. And Brune's going to be granted time here. No score in the top of the 7th, but if Brune can come through with a base hit here. Oof. 1-1. Brune ducked out of the way of that one. Didn't look that close to being a strike, but it is 1-1, despite the pleas of a couple of the Blue Sox contingent. Popped up. Walsh has it. Crisis averted for Pineda. We go to the bottom of the 7th. The Blue Sox just need one to walk it off. No score.
swing for the Blue Sox, number 53, Giancarlos Ramirez.
So, Giancarlos Ramirez will pinch hit for Austin Travis to lead off the bottom of the 7th against the new noodle for the Expos. As that's taken for strike one, Hamlet Peralta. Carlos Ramirez has power in that bat. Trying to put it on display there, but hard for anyone to make any kind of contact in that spot. And it is 0-2. Swing and a miss by Giancarlos Ramirez, who was just 522 last year. 3 of his 5 hits being for extra bases, including 2 titanic home runs. But
Pinch hitting for the Blue Sox, number 16, Ben Leonard.
comes up in there, so swing and a miss, strike 3. Ramirez down on strikes, and now strike 1 to Ben Leonard, pinch hitting for O'Neal Jimenez. Oh! Oof. Oof. Got some of the Expos contingent breaking out the radar gun on Hamlet here. He's hitting 94 from what I heard. Okay, so 1-1 the count to Leonard. Grounded to the left side. Fielded cleanly on to first. Up the line. The first error of the ball game. It is charged to Kebler Peralta.
Number 33, Nick Anderson.
That makes Leonard the first Blue Sox to reach base tonight with less than 2 outs. Here's Anderson. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. So Leonard pinch hits. Grounder to third, and the throw pulled the first baseman, Moynihan, off the bag. Strike 2. 0-2 to Anderson, who was 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. So Dan Shaw's night is done. He will get a no decision. 0-2. 1-2 the count as that pitch was outside, and the appeal. Infield umpire says no swing. A.J. Lisco due up next. Hamlet Peralta with a 1-2. Down and in, 2-2. Oh, so the appeal is successful this time, and Anderson is down on strikes. 2 down. So here is Lisco.
Now batting for the Blue Sox, their left fielder, number 34, A.J. Lisco.
Whoa! Ricochets off the catcher's glove and up to second. Goes Leonard as the winning run. A wild pitch puts Leonard at second. Lisco is 0 for 2 with a line out to short and a pop-up to short. Fouled off, and the count will be 1-1. Peralta looks at second and comes home with it. Ooh. Tied him up and in, able to foul it off, but makes it 1-2. If we get to the top of the eighth, it's going to be Kebler Peralta, Paulino, and Oliveira due up for the Expos. 1-2. Way outside, but catcher Braid able to haul that one in. 2-2 to Lisco. Leonard at second. The pitch, 3-2. With Josue Feliciano due up next. Payoff pitch, little grounder at second, on to first. We go to extra innings, still scoreless.
And with that, we head to the top of the eighth inning for the Blue Sox. No runs on no hit. And the defensive change for the Blue Sox as Max Dusty now moves behind the plate to catch. Now batting for the Expos, number 00, the third baseman, Kebler Peralta.
Extra innings on opening night for the Blue Sox. Kebler Peralta to lead things off, swings at the first one and fouls it off for strike one. We will play up to 9 innings. It's tied after 8. We play the 9th. If it's tied after 9, everybody gets a point. 0-1 the count to Peralta, and that is downstairs for ball one. The new noodle for the Lexington Blue Sox is Nate Hartley. Up the middle, fielded it short on to first. Got him! What a play for the first out of the top of the 8th. Hartley is on the mound.
The designated hitter, number 3, Jose Paulino.
Looters with a huge defensive play to keep the leadoff man off base. 1-0 the count to Jose Paulino, who was 0 for 2 with a fly out to center and a fly out to right, and now he's ahead 2-0. So it's been Shaw and Hamlet Peralta for the Expos, Juan at O'Rourke, Pineda, and now Hartley for the Blue Sox, and that'll be strike one, 2-1. Blue Sox now their third catcher of the ball game with Dushney behind the plate, as that is down and away for ball three, 3-1 to Paulino with Oliveira due up next. Nate gets strike two in there. Full count. Entertaining game for sure here on opening night for the Blue Sox. The Expos looking to make it 2 straight wins to begin the season, and Paulino lives to fight another day here with that foul off. Still a full count, 3-2, 1 out, top of the 8th. Hartley delivers. Ball 4. Well, after no walks by any of the Blue Sox pitchers through the first 6 innings, we've seen 3 walks in now the last 2. Batista getting the drawing one, and then Soto getting an intentional free pass last inning before Bruin popped up. Here's Oliveira, 0 for 2 with a ground out to third and a strikeout looking. He swings at this one for strike 1. 0-1. Nobody warming right now for the Expos. Why would you after that performance we just saw from Hamlet Peralta? Swing and a miss, strike 2. Up and away for ball 1. The Expos have made the Intercity League Championship Series in each of the last 3 seasons, losing to the Blue Sox in 21, beating the Blue Sox in 22, and then losing to the Chiefs in 23. Off to a good start this season with that win over the Mad Dogs yesterday. 1-2 still. That's fouled off. Hartley delivers in the dirt, but no advance by Paulino, and it is 2-2. Great block there by Dushney, the Bates commit. Started this game as the extra hitter. He's a catcher and third baseman at St. Mark's, and here he is behind the plate in extra innings. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Hartley picks up his first K of 2024. 2 down now for the catcher, A.J. Braid.
The catcher, number 0, A.J. Braid.
Ooh, just missed for ball 1 to Braid. In the bottom of the 8th, Feliciano, Dushney, and Walsh are due up. Grounded to the right side, foul, 1-1. Last year, in 6 appearances, Hartley had no decisions and a .955 ERA in 7 1/3 innings for the Blue Sox. A swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. And the count will be 1-2. Paulino at first after the 1-out walk, but now 1-2 to Braid. Braid is granted time as Hartley was staring a hole through Paulino over there at first. Paulino, dating back to 2012, actually has 190 steals across all the Boston Amateur Leagues. He peaked in 2014 with the East Boston Knights of the Yawkey League with 24 steals. Strike 3 called. You're on it every time, man. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Still, no score.
For the Expos in the top of the 8th inning, no runs on no hits, no errors, and no runners left on base.
Hamlet Peralta back out there for the bottom of the 8th inning, and Josue Feliciano to lead things off. Feliciano is 0 for 2, flew out to left in the 3rd, and lined out to 3rd in the 5th. Sway, Dushney, and Walsh due up here. See how Hamlet brings the heat. Fouled off. Strike 1 to Sway. Can you believe we've been scoreless through 7.5 between these two teams? I mean, great pitching aside, I mean, these are two teams who historically have had very good offenses. Haven't been able to crack any of the pitchers they've been throwing at each other. Popped up. Coming over towards foul territory, and Peralta's got it for out number 1.
Now batting for the Blue Sox, the catcher, number 7, Max Dushney.
Here's Max Dushney. 0 for 2, strikeout looking in the 3rd, ground out to 2nd in the 6th. Down and away for ball 1. Blue Sox haven't had a hit since Looters with 2 outs in the 3rd. The Blue Sox have 3 hits and have stranded 6 runners to this point. 3-0. Charlie Walsh due up next. If anybody gets on, Looters, who is the only Blue Sox so far tonight to reach base more than once. Taken all the way, 3-1. And now Max will go to work. Remember, we're in extra innings. Blue Sox get 1 run here, it's over. Don't score, we'll go to the 9th. And if it's still tied after 9, then the game's over as a tie. Each team will get 1 point in the standings. A 1-out walk.
Number 11, Charlie Walsh.
For Dushney. And here is Walsh. I believe this is his first at-bat of the ball game. All right, down and in for ball 1. Dylan is hit by a pitch in the 3rd. Charlie, comebacker. There goes Dushney. Pitch is a ball, and it is offline. With the semi-pitch out, too. 2-0. So once again, the Blue Sox getting the winning run in scoring position. 2-1. Paint. That's what that is, folks. 2-1 the count to Charlie Walsh. Swing and a miss. 2-2. That was 84 on that last one. Yeesh. How do you adjust? Like, come on. Go sit down. Wow. What we got? What we got on that one? 92. Got him in the rocking chair. 2 down. The lineup turns over for Looters. He's had a good day at the plate. 1 for 2 plus a walk. He had the last Blue Sox hit back in the 3rd.
I got you, sir. Sorry.
We're just. And he's had a fine game defensively as well. That skips to the backstop. Another wild pitch. And Dushney is now 90 feet away. 1-0 the count. Fly out to right, single and a walk to Looters' credit so far. 1-1. The second wild pitch, though, that Peralta's thrown. Two and one. See Looters telling Dushney to hold up. Braid has been phenomenal behind the plate with some of these tough pitches that he's had to handle from both Peralta and Shaw. To the left side at 3rd, on to 1st. In time, we go to the 9th. No score still. And once again, the Blue Sox fail to bring home the go-ahead run.
Shortstop number 2, Ryan Patrone.
Ryan Patrone to lead things off here in the top of the 9th. Apparently. That's news to me. Here's Ryan Patrone. Hits this one into right. Alvarez on his horse, and he's got it for out number 1. Seriously.
The left fielder, number 8, Ryan Cloutier.
Jules, what's going on? You get the Rey Mysterio stem cell treatment in those knees? That was great. Stelsem. Opening night jitters, folks. All right. Be clean. Hopefully it'll be cleaner as the season goes on. Here's Cloutier. Appeal, no. Ball 1. So Patrone is 0 for 4. And now Cloutier, 1 for 3. Single all the way back in the 4th. He is ahead 2-0. Into left field, and Lisco has it. 2 down. So it'll be up to Sean Moynihan. He is the last chance right now for the Expos in this game, although could at least still salvage a point if he doesn't come up with something here. He is 1 for 3, double in the 1st, pop up to 2nd in the 4th, fly out to left in the 7th. He is behind now 0-2. In the bottom of the 9th, Anderson Jimenez, Julian Alvarez, and what was last John Carlos Ramirez due up for the Blue Sox. Down and in for ball 1. Remember, that spot was Justin Gomez to begin the ball game. Then it was Austin Travis. And then Dushney moved into the catcher, moved behind the plate when Ramirez pinch hit for Travis. Still 1-2 to Moynihan. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A phenomenal pitching performance by the Blue Sox. Can the offense reward them? It only takes one.
baseman, number 2, Anderson Jimenez.
A new noodle for the Middlesex Expos in the bottom of the 9th. This is the last frame regardless. Anderson Jimenez to lead things off against Luis Cespedes for the Middlesex Expos. Down and away for ball 1 to Anderson Jimenez. He is 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts and a walk. 2-0. Jimenez, Alvarez, and Ramirez due up here in the bottom of the 9th, and it is 3-0. So 6 innings from Dan Shaw and 2 from Hamlet Peralta. There's a strike, and it is 3-1. The Blue Sox left the winning run in scoring position in each of the 2 innings that Peralta pitched. Swing and a miss, 3-2. They also left 2 runners in scoring position in the bottom of the 6th in the last inning that Shaw worked. So they have had the chance, they've left 2, 3, 4, 5 runners in scoring position this game out of the 7 they've stranded total, despite just having 3 hits. 2 hits, actually, disregard. They've had 2 singles, a hit batsman, 3 walks, and then they had a runner reach on an error. And a hit by, I mentioned the hit by pitch. Well, Anderson getting ahead 3-0, and then pulling even was Cespedes, and now Anderson putting on the battle here. Did he go is the question. No, it's ball 4. For the first time tonight, the Blue Sox have the leadoff man aboard. Josue Feliciano asking for somebody to run. They need the fastest guy they have, and
pinch running for the Blue Sox. Number 46, David Vanderzaal. Now batting for the Blue Sox, the right fielder, number 20, Julian Alvarez.
So David Vanderzaal is going to pinch run at first for Anderson Jimenez. Learn it on the fly on opening night, eh? Up and in for ball 1 to Jules. Trying to get on base for the first time tonight. 2 strikeouts and a ground out to first. One that actually nearly got past Moynihan. Would have brought home 2 runs. Instead, it was just the end of the inning. 1-1. Moynihan's had a fantastic game defensively over at first, too. Saved a couple of balls from going out of play with a couple of sweet picks. Even on the one error that the Expos had, the throw that pulled him up the line, that's a tough one to, just haul in to make sure the runner doesn't take second base. 2-1 to Jules. And again, Giancarlos Ramirez due up next, with Vanderzaal getting his lead at first. 2-1. Two and 2. Jules with an Intercity League high, career high, 5 home runs last season. Swinging out of his shoes a few times this game. A check on the runner at first. Vanderzauwen is back. Jules has been great defensively tonight, too, tracking down some balls in right field. Some speed I haven't seen from him in a while. Into the right center field gap. That'll get down for a base hit. Vanderzauwen stumbles across the second base bag, but gets back in time. First and second, nobody out. Jules with the first base hit for the Blue Sox since Lueders all the way back in the third. We're going to have another pinch runner. So Harrison Tucker's going to run at first for Alvarez. So you have Vanderzauwen at second and able to get back to the bag after that little stumble. Yeah, not hit nearly deep enough to get to third there. But conversations abound here. The Expos bring in the entire infield on the mound. Ramirez having a conversation with Sway and Wojtek and Alvarez. Home plate umpire trying to break things up here on the mound. It's 15 years ago that I broke out the Geneva Convention line on just, sometimes a broadcast doing with a handheld recorder. All right. Well, here's John Carlos Ramirez. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention there's no outs. I don't know why I had the out up there on the score bug. A ball, and it's mishandled. Second and third. John Carlos Ramirez, you expect him to send this one to Nashua. He squares to bunt, catches the entire defense off guard. All right. It's a pass ball, isn't it? Strike one. Second and third, nobody out. 1-1 the count. 2-1. Ramirez struck out swinging his first time up, leading off the seventh. Pop up over towards foul ground, and he's got it. Wow. It was caught by Braid. If he catches it, the question was, did he go out of play and would have been just a strike? Instead, it is out number one. So here's Ben, and they are going to intentionally walk Ben Leonard to load the bases and put the game-ending, not necessarily not the game-winning, but game-ending double play in order for Nick Anderson. Corner infielders come in. The pitch, Anderson swings and misses for strike one. Anderson 1 for 3 with a single and 2 strikeouts. Swing and a miss, strike two. A.J. Lisco due up next. It was second and third, nobody out, but a pop-up by Ramirez. And a swing and a miss by Anderson, 2 down. What is this game? Anderson goes down on strikes for the third time. It is up to A.J. Lisco. A line out to short, a pop up to short, and a ground out to second. Strike one on the inside corner. As far as the Expos are concerned, this is as good as a tie is as good as a win. How this inning is played out. 0-1. That hit him? No, it's ball one. Got a Jose Tabata something, right? Two and one. Bases full, Blue Sox. Oh, it's a little blooper into foul territory, and it is caught for the out that ends the ball game. Peralta turned around in foul territory, a bitter pill to swallow for the Blue Sox. They had the team that ended their championship streak 2 years ago on the ropes in the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th innings and come up empty. They get no runs on 1, 2, 3 hits. No errors, and they leave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 runners on. They left 9 runners. I take that back. 0-3-0-10 for the Blue Sox. 0-3-0-10 for the Expos. No runs. 3 hits, 1 error, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. Well, better one than none, I guess, but obviously not the way the Blue Sox would have liked to see that one end, the way it had played out up until that point. The Expos are 1-0-1 with 3 points, and the Blue Sox are 0-0-1 with 1 point. Thanks for watching this presentation of Lexington Blue Sox baseball here on the Blue Sox Baseball Network. Don't forget to subscribe and support the Blue Sox and the Intercity League by finding us on Facebook and the website formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, and IntercityLeagueBaseball.com. Once again, the final score from Lexington High School, Lexington, Mass. It is the Middlesex Expos 0 and the Lexington Blue Sox 0 in 9 innings. For all my rowdy friends here at LHS, my name is Sam Feely. Thanks for tuning in. Love you, Katrina. Party hard, Caitlin.